Good morning, everybody. I wanted to stop in and leave a video about something that's been coming up for me pretty strongly the last few weeks. And it came through as a message in my dream from a very particular guide. And it's been coming to me consistently for a few weeks now. And I kept saying, okay, I'm going to make a video about this. I'm going to make a video. And finally today, it was kind of clear, like, do this, it's time. And the reason I want to voice this is because I think it might reach several people, and I want others to become aware of what they are offering the world around them. It could just literally be the people who are coming into your life on a daily basis, or as a larger picture, the earth in general. For me, it has to do with the human design, and I am a manifesting generator. And it was great to piece that together several years ago, and it really helped me turn inwards to what I'm supposed to do in this life and how I do things in this life. And it really helped me a lot. But it wasn't until recently that I understood what I had been doing for so long, until I really started piecing together everything that has happened in my life on a regular basis. And now I'm not looking for validation. I don't need anyone to believe me or to question what I'm doing or who I am, because I know who I am. I know what I'm here to do, and I receive clear guidance, and I always have. I've always been a very different person, and I see and hear more than a lot of people do, and it's not something that I asked for. It's just been something that has happened to me since childhood, and so I've always been kind of on my own path, never really fitting in life in general, and we all know this, and I've struggled with being here for a very long time. But I do know that I have a purpose here, and it's going to play out at some point in my life. I don't know how or when, but it will happen. But as far as the human design goes, I am a manifesting generator. And for those of you who are also manifesting generators, I would love for you to examine this in your life as well to see if this has happened with you. As a manifesting generator, we are able to create that natural guidance of things to do, and we're able to do them. As projectors, you're able to project ideas, and you need to find the generators or the manifestors to help you along that path. Or if you're just a manifester, you can create these wonderful ideas and they come to you naturally, and then you need to find a generator. And as a generator, you need to have the other pieces too. Well, as a manifesting generator, we help create abundance in this existence. And for the longest time, I wondered, what exactly does that mean? What does that look like? And in my recent dream, the guide that came to me, he said, look around and see how you have helped specific people in very different situations. And this has been a repeat. And all of a sudden, I had this line of people that I saw in my dream and how I affected their life just by stepping into it. And so what it was is, it looked like this. I would have people come into my life very strongly, very, very powerfully. It was like a very strong, immediate connection. And for the longest time, I thought that was romantic. I thought that meant like, oh, this is going to be a romantic connection. This is what that is. And then it would fizzle out so quickly. And I'm talking, it would be like a really strong week or 2 weeks of just solid interaction of these strong feelings. And then sure enough, something unbelievable would happen for them. Now, I can count on, there's 6 people that I know right off the bat that ended up pregnant literally a week after meeting me. And it's been this way for a very long time. The pregnancy aspect of it is just one of them, because as a manifesting generator, the abundance of giving life, of actual birth, and that is a huge aspect of it. And so literally 6 people I can count ended up pregnant after meeting me, and these people just kind of fade out. They're not people who stay in my life. We met, and I go months without seeing them, and then we might have another interaction, and then I go months without seeing them. It's not anything of a long distance relationship. And then I have other people who came into my life the same way, really strong, really energetic, just like strong chemistry in some form. And my mistake was thinking, oh, this is romantic. And I did that throughout most of my life. And as soon as that happened, they met someone who they were going to be in a romantic relationship with in a very powerful way. And again, it happened a week to 2 weeks after meeting me. And I can count a number of people, and I know several of you know this, and several of you experienced this after meeting me. And it's been vocalized. There have been a great handful of you who have come to me after we met and said, you know, it's really weird that after I met you and we had this deep conversation, I met this person. And now I'm in this like amazing, beautiful relationship, happy, healthy, blah, blah, blah. That whole thing, right? And then it happened with work. There are, again, several of you who met me. We had a beautiful connection, and we had a couple weeks together, and then we went on our own ways, and we only see each other once, maybe a few months. And some of you I haven't seen at all after that. We still stay in contact, but it's very minimal. And for some of you, it's been your careers. You have had these amazing, mind-blowing career moves after we had a specific conversation about it. And there have been some of you also in relationships who they did not know how to get out of them. You did not know how to exit these relationships. And it was literally one conversation with me and then us not speaking for a couple months where you were actually able to take the steps you needed within a week of the conversation when you had been dealing with this for months, and some of you even years. And again, you've approached me, same thing, let me know like, wow, this is really weird that this has happened right after talking to you about this. And for some of you, it's been in the field of movement in your life, like feeling like you're finding your purpose. And this is great. Like, I am so thankful to be seeing this, because I always wondered what it was about my journey with people who suddenly they found everything that they were like looking for in a certain aspect of their life. And it always happened right after meeting me. The biggest instance I can remember is someone coming in contact with me, not feeling really great about her life and her financial situation in general. And it was a really strong connection. There's extreme synchronicities. And there weren't very many good things that happened for her. Let's just put it that way. And suddenly, within a week of meeting me and having this extreme conversation, she was offered 2 really big grants. I'm talking big grants, over $10,000. And they happened within a week of meeting me. And she came to me, she's like, look, she's like, I know this has something to do with you. She's like, I don't know how, and I don't know why, but this happened right after I met you, and I just know that it has something to do with you, and I just want to say thank you. And it was that validation at that time that made me think, like, what is this? Like, I know this is going around in my entire life. What is this? And so I had this guy come to me in a dream several weeks ago, and he made me aware of every single person, and I can name every single person across the board who this has happened to. And it's so many of you. There's so many people, and some of you have acknowledged this. Some of you have been baffled by it and talked to me about it personally after it's happened. And I think that's fantastic, and I'm so happy for you. So grateful to be that to other people in this existence. And also, this guide made sure to tell me, he's like, all of this that you offer other people as far as your energy is concerned, and just being that little light for them to step into whatever they're trying to, you need to turn this in and also provide it for yourself. And that was just like this mind-blowing thing where all of a sudden I just woke up, my eyes were wide open, and I was looking around the room, I was like, oh my God, like, that's it, that I've been seeing it in every other person that I've been able to help with in the most simple ways. It hasn't been anything other than interaction, strong interaction, and verbal cues, just simple verbal cues, and it's like an energy that flowed through me. I don't think it has anything to do with me. I think it has to do with who I am as a being and what I'm here to do. But I've never offered that to myself because I never knew what I was doing. I never understood it. And I didn't understand why all of these things were happening for people that were so magical after they met me. And yet they never were part of my life in a long-term manner. And the funny thing is, the people who are in my life on a more long-term manner, it's not like that. I don't have this drastic thing to offer them to where it's like this magical, all of a sudden, boom, here's something great in my life. And that's how I've been able to distinguish who's my soul tribe versus who am I here to help. And it's been really mind-blowing, and I've been digging into it, which is why it's taken me several weeks to really like come out and talk about this. But I think it's important to put this out there. I think because there are so many of us who are that for other people, especially as a manifesting generator, and just paying attention to, are you the type of person who it's really hard to keep connections in your life? Have you noticed that people come into your life so strongly and it's such like a strong interaction where you think like, oh my God, I need to be with this person. That must be what it means. But then to find like a couple weeks later, you really don't talk to them anymore. And it's just kind of like an in and out thing every once in a while. Pay attention to that. I'm really curious to know if this has happened for other people. It's not like this is for everyone. But I am interested to know if this is anyone else out there who has experienced this on such a large scale. This has been happening to me since I can remember. I remember feeling this way when I was 15 years old, and it's just constantly been that way. And I never stopped to think, what is this and how is this happening? It just kind of like, well, it is what it is. Everyone else around me, gets lucky or whatever I felt at that time. And now I just think it's so beautiful that I get to be part of this large abundance of energy that I can create for other people if they're willing to take just that energy. It's not about guidance. It's not about advice. You can give advice to someone left and right, but it's not up for us to dictate who takes it and who doesn't. It's not our journey. It's everyone is on their path for a reason. But if you can be that light of just like, oh, great, let me give you this certain energy that you're looking for, go off, take it, and do great things with the world. That is a major part of healing. And it's beautiful. And now that I know to turn it in on myself some more too, to also receive that abundance and to receive that openness of receiving and genuine beauty, it feels really good. And so I just wanted to put that out there and to voice it, to own it, to feel myself in that power, and to finally have a feeling in my heart that's just like, this is what that's been. And for all of you to know, because I know some of you were wondering the same thing, like, why does this thing keep happening every time I talk to Lynn? After I talk to Lynn, this happens, and this job presented itself to me, and it just goes on, and it's so beautiful. So thank you. I'm really thankful for that, and for having the intuition of stepping into each relationship and knowing that there's something I have to offer. And for the people who I knew that their living situations were about to change, and just stepping into that picture for a brief moment to help that situation heal and change and merge into whatever it was supposed to. And for pregnancies, like, I'm so happy for all of you if that's what you genuinely want. I mean, I have my own views on, on pregnancy at this time in our, place on earth. But if that's what your journey is, then I'm happy for you, and I'm happy to be part of that. And it's so mind-blowing that I've had 6 people in the last year end up pregnant after a week of meeting me. It's been really powerful, and I'm super thankful for that. And I'm just excited to see what else comes from this. I have no idea. I have zero idea what I'm supposed to do in this world. And that's okay. I'm just going with the flow and offering whatever I can in whatever moment I can. Anyways, I hope you all have a beautiful day, and I'm sure I will talk to you soon. Bye.